Alright everyone, this is Zero Budget Geek, and welcome to Pathfinder Adventures. So, it has finally been released for iOS, and Android unfortunately is not available on Steam, which is my preferred platform to give it a try here on my iPad. So iOS version that we're playing here. Now, a little bit of a disclaimer. I don't have really good equipment to record from the iPad, so hopefully this will go through pretty well. And unfortunately, the game is pretty buggy, so it may crash on me a few times, but you won't see that because I'll edit that out. However, that does mean because the game has been pretty buggy, I probably won't be doing full playthroughs of this yet, and maybe not even until there's a full Steam version. But for now, let's give it a try and let's do whatever we can. And for now, we're just gonna go play through the tutorial so you can see what it's like. And if you haven't seen it before, this will give you a good idea of what the game is like and if it's a game you should try. Now, I want to point out that this is a free-to-play game. You can download it for free and play it for free, though. To unlock all the extra stuff, you have to earn in-game currency and or just pay outright money to unlock it. Well, without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump into the tutorial. Welcome to Pathfinder Adventures. In this game, your party of heroes races against time on a quest to defeat dangerous villains. This tutorial uses two special characters, Auric and Amico. Later, you will create your own party and build your decks from the cards you find along the way. Sometimes thought my days of taking adventurers wanted jobs were behind me. At least I'm out of Riddleport. And in Sandpoint, that's not so bad. Even small towns need a sword arm sometimes. Sword. You're here about the cultist job, yes? It appears there's only two of you. Should be enough. And you are? Auric, I kill for coin. Ah, yes, that will do. Where are my manners? Your partner in this venture will be a local who knows the area well. Auric, let me introduce you to Ameko Kaijutsu. Charmed. Sorry, you mentioned that you had theories about where these cultists are based. They have been a destructive presence in the Lost Coast for months. Indeed I do. They seem to be worshipping a strange monster some are calling the Sandpoint Devil. You may need to split up to cover more ground. Pay had better be good to get mixed up in a monster cult. I assume 100 gold should be more than enough. I just don't want anyone else to get hurt. Point us in the right direction and we'll be on our way. Once this creature is removed, the cult should fall apart and the Lost Coast will be safe again. Each scenario is unique. For this tutorial scenario, the monsters and barrier cards are easier to defeat. So during this scenario, add 2 to your checks to defeat Banes. Okay, let's hit continue. And to win, you need to defeat and corner the villain. The villain is the Sandpoint Devil, and it's a 15. And as you'll notice, if you're familiar with the physical game, this card is slightly different. It's much easier to defeat. Okay, Sandpoint Devil, it's a combat of 15. And defeating a henchman usually lets you close its location. This helps corner the villain. In this scenario, the henchmen will be the cultists, which is a combat of 9. Each location is represented by a deck of cards. The location deck is built using the list of card types you see in the upper left corner of your screen. There are 8 different types of cards. Monsters and barriers are banes. Weapons, spells, armors, items, allies, and blessings are boons. So you can see all of them there with the little icons. The location deck like these 3 monster cards. The location deck will also have useful boons to acquire, like these 3 item cards. Oh, they're showing us the cards before they put it. The Sandpoint Devil and its devoted cultists are hidden throughout the Lost Coast. Alright, so we have 3 locations there. Let's find out more about Auric and Amico. Alright, Amiko is a bard accomplished with both weapons and magic. She uses boons of all types. Tap Oric's portrait at the top to see his cards list. So we'll click on him. Oric is a fighter. He excels at combat using weapons and armor. Winning some scenarios will reward you with a feat that might increase the number of cards in your deck, improve your skills, or improve your powers. The D6, D8, etc. next to the skill names tell you the type of dice that you will roll when attempting a check with that skill. Bigger dice can roll higher results. If a skill includes a plus sign like melee or fortitude for Oric, you add that number to the die listed above it. Click Amiko's portrait to continue, right? So we'll click on her, and each character has their own set of unique powers. Tap the powers button, right? So we'll click powers, and Amiko can hold up to 6 cards in her hand. She also has 2 music powers. Her bardic performance power inspires her allies to help defeat Bane. She may also use call in a favor to have an ally assist her. Tap Oric. Well, before that, so you can click on the thing, so we can click on bardic performance there, and it says once per check you may recharge a card to add 1d4 to a check attempted by another character or location. We can also click on call in a favor, bury an ally to add 1d10 to your check. All right, let's click on Oric there. Oric is proficient with weapons and heavy armor. Drag the panel up, then tap Oric's Shield Bash and Weapon Mastery powers to see what they do. So we can tap the Shield Bash there, recharge a card with the offhand trait to add 1d6 to your melee combat check. Okay, let's tap on Amiko to go back and use your character powers. Often tap close when you're ready. Alright, we'll close that out. I'm trying to go through this as quickly as I can. For this tutorial, we will start with Oric and Amiko together at the farmhouse, plus the blue arrow. Each game has 30 turns. In normal play, you can drag the character portraits to change the turn order. For this tutorial, the turn order has been set. Alright. We are in the Lost Coast. Each turn goes through 5 phases. You may skip any phase you wish. So you can give a card to another character or location, then move to another location, explore the top card of the location deck. This is how you search for the good and bad things hidden in each location. You end your turn, and then you reset your hand. You may discard, then draw up to your hand size. Each turn, you may explore your location deck. Drag the card from the location deck in the upper left to the play area, or tap it. So we'll go ahead and tap that. And we see some Boots of Elven Kind. Reveal this card to 1 die to your acrobatics check. When you encounter a beneficial card, also known as a boon, you attempt a check to add it to your hand and keep it. Swipe the dice to roll a check. So we need a 5. We have a d8 plus 2. We'll go ahead and roll that. We got a 10. Alright, so that goes into the hand. You're above your hand size. You need to discard at the end of your turn. Tap the button that looks like a trash can. So we'll do that. You have too many cards in your hand. Choose a card and drag it to your hand. Those boots only give you a small bonus to a check, so they're a good choice. So we're going to discard the Boots of Elven Kind here. And put that in our discard pile. And we don't want to discard anything else, so we'll just click the next button. And now goes to Aura. There are a number of ways to play a card from your hand. Let's try out each one. Reveal. Show the card here. It stays in your hand. This is essentially free. You can reuse the card later. You can display a card. This card is taken out of your hand until its effect is done. You can recharge. The card goes to the bottom of your deck. Since your deck is your life, it's better than discarding, but not as good as revealing. Discard. The card goes in your discard pile. This is like taking a small amount of damage. It is worth discarding for important roles like monster fights and to close locations. Healing cards can move these cards back to your deck. Bury. You lose the card for the rest of the scenario. You get it back for the next game. And banish. This card is permanently removed from your deck. Okay, so let's go ahead and explore the location here. So we have a soldier there. Different checks use different skills. Oric's best skill to acquire the soldier is melee. To look at your skills, you can tap your character portrait. I will hit continue. Alright, so we can click our character portrait. And it can be useful to look at your character sheet during the scenario to see what your abilities, traits, and feats are. So, I think we looked at all this before. We have a Shield Bash here. Recharge a card with the offhand trait to add more damage. And I think that, and then we have Weapon Mastery. Oh, when you play a weapon, you may recharge instead of discarding. So that's pretty important. All right, let's go and close that out. So we need to acquire the soldier. It's a Charisma Diplomacy of 6 or a Strength Melee of 8. Well, probably strength melee is better. So let's go ahead. Now we can click up here up top to look at the different things that we can do. So we can do strength, melee, charisma, diplomacy. Looks like melee is our best thing. So we have a D8 plus 3. All right, let's close that up. Let's flick the die. And we get a 9 total. So you've added an ally to your hand. Many allies and blessings can be discarded to explore location again on the same turn. Discard your new ally soldier to explore again. So we'll take him, dump him there, and then we can explore again. During a check, if another character can help, their portrait will have an exclamation point. Tap the portrait to see what they can do. So she has an exclamation over there. And we can see that she has her power. So let's go look at her powers. She has Bardic Performance. So once per check, you may recharge a card to add 1d4 to a check attempted by another character at your location. So we can use that for the Codex. Discard this card to add 1 die to your check to acquire a boon. That's kind of okay. I'm not that crazy about it, but I guess for this adventure we could I don't know. I guess we'll do the Bardic Performance. Alright, we're going to recharge a card. I'm going to go ahead and recharge this, I guess this Amulet of Life. We'll recharge that. And then we'll go back to Auric here. And now he has an extra die there, so we roll both dice. Now the flicking is, there we go. We got an 8, exactly what we needed. Alright. So that goes to our hand. And I think that's it for our turn. There's nothing else we can do. We don't have anything to go against, so we'll click that. We are not going to discard. We'll keep that Codex. Can only use to your check. So we'll hold on to everything for now, and we'll end the. Oops, I clicked back there. All right, we're not going to. Oh wait, I have a hand size of 4, so I do have to discard something. All right, so I guess we do have to discard the Codex. All right, no optional discards. We'll continue with our turn. So now it's Amiko's turn. And she's going to go ahead and explore. A Goblin Commando. This nasty goblin deals 1 damage before the combat begins. If you have an armor, recharge it to prevent the damage. So we do have this magic leather armor. Recharge this card to reduce combat damage dealt to you by 1. So we're going to recharge that. We'll avoid taking the damage and not lose a card. Alright, so we can hit this blue arrow. And it's time to fight. All combat checks allow you to use your strength or melee skill. This is like punching the enemy. You can play cards such as weapons or spells to improve your roll and your chances to win. Cards available to play are highlighted. You may tap cards to look at them, and you may play one by dragging it into the appropriate place. So we have a heavy crossbow, which will give us a dexterity range, which is plus a d10, and that's a reveal. Or we can use this. No, that's not a weapon. Alright, so or we could use this acid arrow, which is actually kind of nice, but I don't think I want to use that yet. So let's pull out this heavy crossbow. That'll give us a D10 and a D8, so that's a 5, 9, 10, 11 average. An 11 average, which is, I'm not too crazy about that. I could use, actually, recharge this card to add 1d4 to any check by a character at your location. So I think I'm going to go ahead and recharge that to give me another die. And alright, we rolled a 12, so I rolled a bunch of 1s there, so that was good. If you defeat a monster or barrier, it will be banished and will no longer appear in this scenario. Okay, we'll click that and go to the end turn and back to Auric's turn. Now, mind you, at this farmhouse, when an ally would be discarded, it is buried instead. But we discarded a guy already. Oh no, we didn't. Yeah, we did. He got alright. So he got buried. Right. I think we can click down here and see the bury. So that soldier got buried when we played him earlier. Alright, to close this location, by the way, it's summon and defeat a random monster. Alright, let's go ahead and explore. And it's the Sandpoint Devil. Oh, shoot. Alright, he's a combat of 15. Combat of 15. So, ooh. A bloody horse demon thing. I hate monster coats. Huh. More equine than expected. I don't know how to pronounce that word. Equine? You found the villain at the farmhouse. However, villains are tricky. If you win the battle, your location will close, but the Sandpoint Devil will escape to an open location. They will cover their tracks using blessings. However, if you lose the battle, the villain will flee to any open location, including the farmhouse. They will cover their tracks using cards from the blessing deck, leaving you fewer turns in the game. To corner the villain for good, you must close all the other locations, leaving the villain nowhere to run. That should become familiar with anyone who's familiar with the regular game. Finding and defeating the henchmen in the other locations will help you close them one by one. When you face the villain, characters at other locations can temporarily close those locations to cut off escape routes. If the villain is defeated and cornered, you win. Okay, you may use your character power for this check. Tap the power icon below your portrait. Remember, you can tap your portrait to check the character sheet. So we definitely want to do this because we need as many dice for this, guys. So we're going to click that, and that'll let us recharge Oryx's shield here. So we'll recharge that. That'll give us a d6. We're going to display. Well, let me click it like this. We're going to... we can discard this actually to get for your combat check. Discard this card to roll your strength, or it's only a discard. However, Auric recharges weapons instead of discarding them, so we will discard that because we need the dice. So that's a bunch of dice there, and so what we have here: 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 average on this. Do we want to use an ability with her? We probably could. I don't know if we need. No, I think we're okay. We have a 17 average, so let's go back to Auric, and hopefully I don't roll low. So let's roll the dice there. 36. All right. Okay. We can choose to discard this or recharge it. We're going to recharge it. Some cards can be recharged instead of being discarded, which is almost always better. Press recharge, which we did that. Alright. Now, normally that weapon you would discard it, but he has a special ability of putting in. So, we close this location. If you are done exploring, tap the end turn button. You will automatically draw up to your hand size. There we go. To leave your location, tap move. So we are going to tap that, and Amiku's acrobatics will help her in the warrens at the top of the screen. Tap a location selected, then again to move there. So we'll click that, and we can look in the upper left hand corner. You can see information about that location. So succeeded dexterity or acrobatics 6 check to close it. So we'll go there with her. And we gotta wait for it to load. I love the artwork. They did a great job, I think, overall on the presentation of the game. Unfortunately, it's pretty buggy outside of the tutorial. The tutorial plays well. There's a lot of bugs otherwise. Let's click that, and alright, so she found a heavy crossbow, which we want. When you tap the check drop down, you can choose a different applicable skill to roll. Sometimes the location, right. So we can click up here where it says dexterity, and we can see that we can do dexterity or range to do this. It's better for us to do a dexterity check. And what does she have? Oh, we can bury. Let's check her ability here. She has the call in a favor. Bury an ally to add 1d10 to your check. We really want this. But I think we can use the crow. We can use crow and aid. Let's recharge the crow. That'll give us another d6. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 average to get it. But I really want to get the crossbow, so I think I will play this aid, and hopefully we'll get to recharge it. All right, we'll roll those dice, and we got a 10. So we get the heavy crossbow. We're going to try to recharge the aid. So we got to do a divine check. So we'll roll that. We got a 9, total 11. We recharge it. So that worked out really good. Now, even though this is a tutorial, those rolls are real. You can fail on these things. All right, we could spend the blessing of the gods to go again, but I think we're just gonna hold on to that. So let's just end our turn. And at the start of each turn, a card is discarded from the blessings deck. If there are no blessings left at the start of a turn, your party loses a scenario. So we're down to 24 turns. This is the number of cards left in the blessing deck. This symbol shows the top card in the blessings discard pile. Alright, so we need to move with Auric because there's no reason for him to stay at this location. You should move Auric to the deeper dungeon where his superior fortitude skill will help him close that location. So we'll go ahead and do that. So we'll click there. He moves over there. And we'll check out this cool art here. And it's time for him to explore. So we'll explore the top card. He finds a blast stone. I'm not too crazy about that. So we're just going to roll it straight out. A D6 to try to get a 4. No bonuses. Come on, Flick. Hey, we got it. However, I think we're going to probably just discard it. Though I could do a Blessing of the Gods to go again. Let's do that. We're going to discard that to go again. And we found a cultist. So you have found a henchman. If you defeat it, you get a chance to close the location, giving the villain one less place to run to. Use your powers and cards to ensure the henchman's defeat. All right. What's going on here? So, well, we want to use this flaming mace. For your combat check, reveal this card to roll your strength melee. So we'll reveal that for sure. We're going to go ahead and just use this blast stone. Banish this card to add 1d4 to any... Wait, hold on. We need to get a 9. We have +6 to the roll. Holy crap. So we already have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... 10, 16 average. So we really don't need to add anything else. So let's just go ahead and roll that straight out. Oops. Here we go. Roll. And we got a 15. So we beat his butt. Alright, do we want to close the location? Succeed at a constitutional 4 to 8 check. So yes, we want to try to close the location. We have a D10 +2. We don't have anything to add except Mako could. She could do a Blessing of the Gods, or I think I'm going to use her power. Right? I'm going to use her power. Oh, wait, she can't do it. Why not? Let's look at her character portrait to see why. I thought we could do Bardic Performance. Once per check, you may charge a card to add 1d4 to a check attempted by another character at your location. Once per check. It's not letting me do that. See, it's not highlighted. So we would have to use a Blessing of the Gods. I don't want to fail this, so I'm going to go ahead and use a Blessing of the Gods. And it gives me another d10. So, oh, that's right. She's not at the same location as him, so she couldn't do the Bardic Performance. That's right. All right, we'll roll that. We got a 12. All right. And so all the cards in the location go away. And we end our turn, it looks like. So the boss wasn't there. He wasn't hidden in there. So he's definitely here in the warren somewhere. All right. Nothing for us to do other than... click that and explore. We found an Amulet of Life. This is kind of nice, but I'm not gonna spend any extra resources to get it. So I'm just gonna roll it straight up, and we get a 6. So we get it. That's easy to get. I could Blessing of the Gods again, but I really don't want. Well, we'd have to discard. So I guess I'll discard this Night Watch to explore the location. And we found a pit trap. If defeated, you may immediately explore again. If undefeated, each character at this location is dealt 1d4 combat damage. So we need to get. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna do an acrobatics of 8 because that's the best thing. We have a 4. We have an 8 average. So do I dare just do it? Taking 1d4 damage is kind of bad. So does Auric have any blessings? He doesn't have anything. He doesn't have anything. So, on average, I'm beating this. All right, I'll use the Blessing of the Gods. I don't want to fail it, but I'm worried if I pass it, I might run into the boss because we know the boss is in this location. So we're gonna explore now. And all right, we just found a guide, diplomacy to try to get this. We'll go ahead and roll that straight out. We got a 10, 12 total. So she comes to our hand. And, oh my god, I'm going to run into the boss, aren't I? Oh, well. We're going to go ahead and discard her to go... Wait, hold on. Yeah, I have too many cards in my hand. So, right, her hand size is... Wait, what is her hand size? Let's go to powers. Hand size is 6. Oh, I thought I had too many cards. So I'm actually okay here. So we're going to end our turn. For some reason, I thought her hand size was less. All right, we're going to go ahead and go with Auric. He's going to rejoin our bard over there, Miko. And see if he runs into the boss. He runs into a cultist. So we're going to review the Come on. We're going to reveal the Flaming Mace +1. So we have that. That should be more than enough. We'll go ahead and roll that. 16. Blam. Alright, do we want to close the location? We'll say yes. It's a dexterity. We need to get a 6. She could recharge a card. Do I want to? Actually, I will. I'm going to recharge the heavy crossbow, because we have 2 of them. We don't need 2. Alright, so we'll go back to him, and we'll roll that out. Let's see if he closes it. He got a 6, which is exactly what he needed. Alright, so we close the location, but the boss is there. So now we know he's right on top there. Unfortunately, we cannot explore right now with Auric. So we'll have to end his turn. And do we want to attempt... Well, we'll try. We'll attempt the Sandpoint Devil with her. Alright. To combat a 15. Alright, we need to throw... Alright, so let's see. If we do the heavy crossbow, we get... Well, let's look at her dexterity. Her dexterity is a D8. Her arcane is a D12, which is actually much better. A D12 +2. So, this does not help us with that. So we gotta... You actually gotta look at the cards for this. So, we can do an acid arrow, which would be a D12 plus a D10. Or we can do a heavy crossbow, which is a D8 and a D10. Now, you could, if you're not sure, you can just like click reveal, and ensure that's a D10 and a D8, and then we can press this X on the left-hand side to cancel that action and try a different card. So we'll do that. So that's much better. And we're going to click, use our power here, call in a favor to bury. Hello. We're going to bury this guide. That gives us another D10. Auric can do something. He's going to use this blast stone. So he's going to banish the blast stone to give her a D4. And I think that's it. I think that's everything we can do. So we need to get a 15. We have +6 to the roll. It should be pretty. We rolled a 25. Sandpoint Devil, your reign ends now. Hold! Stop! I will take it from here. What? We can rid the world of this creature now. I will take it from here. There are magics I must invoke to prevent its return. Wait a minute. What are you playing at? You've done your part. Here's double the bounty, and you two be on your way. That's all I need. I'll be on my way. Fine, but this won't end well. Alright, so then we've finished the tutorial, and now it's pretty much jumped us into the start of starting a campaign. So at the top of the screen, you can see all the different characters available. Now, when you first play the tutorial for the very first time, it unlocks 2 free characters for you. It unlocks Mauricio and unlocks Kira. Now, you can earn gold to unlock all the other characters, or I believe you can just pay in the store and then just unlock everything. Looks like it's about, well, we'll kind of go into it. Let's we'll hit quick game. So if you go into the store, and then you can see you can sign up, make an account, and you can click characters, and you can buy the character add-on deck. It costs 10,000 gold. You know, we don't have enough gold right now for that, but you earn gold. I've already earned 125. But let's see here. They have specials. You can buy more adventures, and looks like to buy the Rise of the Rune Lords bundle, which is pretty much everything. Yeah, you also have many more adventure options with all 11 Rise of the Rune Lords heroes, character add-on deck, and promo cards with each adventure. So it's kind of worth it to just pay the 25 bucks and then you unlock everything. Now, what's cool to know is that once you unlock characters, you can actually mix and match them in different adventures, and you know, so you can go back and replay things that you've already done. Now, I'd love to be playing some more, but unfortunately, again, this version of it is pretty buggy and has been crashing outside of the tutorial. Also, I'm playing on a first generation iPad mini, and I believe it barely meets the requirements, so I'm not sure how many games I'm going to be able to play and record of this for you guys, at least until the Steam version comes out. I guarantee, I promise right now, that once the Steam version comes out, I definitely will be playing through that and recording full campaigns of it. Right now, I can't promise that with this version of it, but I'm going to try. But anyway, we'll cut this short right now. We played through a tutorial game and gives you an idea of what the game is like. So I like it so far. It is very nicely polished. It just needs some bug tweaks, which will come very soon. I would give them a month to, you know, at least patch it, and I'm sure once they patch it, it'll be very, you know, run very well. I had the same problem with Sentinels of the Multiverse. When I first downloaded it, I had many bug issues, and then they patched it, and it was perfect after that. So guys, I really appreciate you watching this, and if you like this game at all, if you like the tabletop version, give this a try. I think you'll like it. So guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.